What's up, guys? Welcome to another Tuesday video. Not so much of a tutorial today, more of a guideline. So today we're going to talk about one of my most requested videos lately, and that has to do with cell phones and tripods. I'm going to use the drift method. Freaking incredible. Round F16 for that to get that sunburst. Alright, so I've done a lot of videos on cell phones by now, and a lot of those videos I've been using a tripod for my cell phone in some manner, and probably the most common question I get, or definitely one of the most common questions I get, is either what tripod am I using or what tripod do I recommend? So today I'm going to talk about that, and I'm going to help you guys figure out what tripods would work best for your phones and what situations those types of tripods would be best in. So for cell phones, there's three different types of tripods that I have and or would recommend using depending on the situation. So let's see. I got them all right here. So there they are. These are my tripods. So we'll go from smallest to biggest here. All right. So the first up is a little pocket table. This is a pocket pod. This is made by Benro. There's a million different companies and a million different things that make these. They're all basically the same. Oh yeah, real quick before we get into this, I'm not sponsored by any of these people. I am not affiliated with them in any way, shape, or form. So nobody's paying me to say this. This is just my opinion and what I personally use and recommend. So this is the Benro Pocket Pod. Like I said, you could get any type of things that sit on a table. These are tabletop. Obviously, they're super small, super collapsible. I carry this a lot in my pocket if I know that I'm just going to use it as a selfie stick, or if I'm going to set it up somewhere low or on a table for a time lapse. That's what these are great for. They also handle the weight of the phones really well because there are no weight to the phones really. You know, they're minimal compared to those things. Okay, so that's the tabletop tripod, and these are really handy for all of the above. They're also probably the cheapest. This thing is like 15 to 20 bucks on Amazon. So I'll have the links below to the stuff that I have personally so that you guys can check those out if you want to read the reviews and all that good stuff. So that's the Pocket Pod. So the next up is some sort of Gorillapod. This is a little bit bigger, and this is the namesake, the actual Gorillapod made by Joby. And the only thing that I have done is I have switched out the head, and that's this guy here. This is a Benro head. It's just a little bit more beefy, a little bit stronger, and that's because I do put my larger cameras on there. So this will support a little bit more weight. It's also flexy, so that's the great thing about this is I can put a little more effort and I can wrap that up. So that's what these are really handy. So these are really handy to wrap around things if you want some unique angles on a tree or a lamppost or a fence or whatever, and that'll help you, especially because the little pocket pod style, the little tabletop style, you're really limited in height. So this will help eliminate some of that in that it is taller, but it can also wrap around things that are higher. It's also still super portable. This thing does not weigh much at all, like less than a pound. And then with this thing, probably just a hair over a pound, I can still easily carry it on my persons or in my backpack, no problem. All right, last type, and that is a bigger traditional tripod. And this is a travel tripod that is more geared towards DSLRs and smaller point and shoots and stuff like that. But I have found that it works perfectly with cell phones, especially if you want something with a little more structure and a little more integrity than those things. This will handle higher winds, and you can hang, they have clippy things on here. There's a hook in there somewhere. You can hang weights on there, so, and it also goes much higher. So let's see. There. That's as high as this thing goes. So that's a lot more convenient, especially if you need to get over a fence or something like that, and if you're in a windy environment like I am, because I live in New Mexico. Oh yeah, good point. Lady behind the camera said that for reference, I should tell you how tall I am. I'm 6'1", and this came up to about here, so this is somewhere around 5 feet. Again, I'll have the links for this. This is called the Benro Slim, and just a shameless plug, if you're watching this before August 10th, don't forget that I am giving a brand new one of these away. So check out that video. It's the last video on here, the 10,000K giveaway. So you actually have a chance to win this thing, and it's quite nice, especially for cell phone stuff. It'll get you much higher, much more broad range of reach. It can go super wide, so you can lay these legs out, which is really nice, and that makes for wider, more stable shots. And then also it's super compact, so this thing still weighs only a couple pounds, and it's still really easy to throw in even just a regular normal backpack, not just if you don't have a camera specific backpack. This will still fit in pretty much any backpack, and it comes with a travel case, throw it over your shoulder, whatever. So the other thing that I really like about this is the stability of the head. The head can handle a lot of weight. It can handle 8 pounds. So your phone clearly is not 8 pounds. Even if you have a little rig set up on your phone with like lights and a microphone and all of that, this will handle it very stably. And any one of these threes are also really great for vlogging or holding as a makeshift Steadicam like this. If your phone is on there, you know, they can work for all of that. And then of course these can act as, you can add extra reach if you need to do some sort of strange selfie-like thing that is foreign to me, but that option is there. All right, so those are the tripods. So those are the 3 different type of tripods and the scenarios that each one excels at or would be good at. They all 3 work great, and they all 3 do better than a beanbag or handheld. So the next thing is, concerning tripods, how do you attach them to your tripod? Well, there's a lot of ways to do that. I have something like this. So this is a 2-pronged system, 2-piece system here, and this is a Ulanzi plate tripod mount adapter thingy. Again, I'll have the link for that in the description below. I like this one for a couple of reasons. I like that it's big enough for my Note 8 and my S9 Plus, even with the case, so that's very nice. And most importantly, I like that it has this cold shoe mount on the top. And the cold shoe mount is so that you can mount stuff like this, anything, lights or a microphone or whatever. So you can just mount anything like that that you need to on top of that, and you have your microphone or your lights. Very handy. I also like this because it doesn't have a spring. This is screw tightened, and I really like that because I don't want to risk my phone with a spring, with a cheapo little springy thing. So I prefer something that I can feel that is solidly clamped. That way if I do have to turn it at an angle, I know that it will hold it steady and not risk my phone and not risk my shot. The other thing that I have that is an extra attachment is something like this, and that's just a little ball head. This is a very tiny one, and I have a little adapter thing that I bought, this little 1/4 hot shoe, cold shoe mount. That's this guy here, and that is so that I can mount this on top of my camera. So sometimes if you want your phone like mounted to your camera, I do that sometimes so that I can have just an extra view, and I can turn it and have my phone point this way and have my camera point this way or whatever. And then that way I get 2 shots for 1 shot, basically. Two shots for 1 tripod, basically. So I have this little guy, and this is a Giottos. It's just super cheap. There's tons of these. They're just a couple of bucks. I also have these so I can mount lights. I use the Lume Cubes, so I can put a Lume Cube on here, and then you can mount it and it'll swivel, so you can have your lights for if you need to light yourself up at night, or if you need to light up a subject or whatever. All right, guys, so that's it. Those are my tripods. Those are the types of tripods that I recommend, and those are the scenarios that I use the tripods in. So I'm gonna end it here because if you can't tell behind me, there's some lightning going on. And you can't see this, but on the other side of us, there's some serious lightning going on. So I'm gonna put this to good use, and I'm gonna put all 3 of my cameras, including my cell phone, up and go get some of that lightning. All right, so if you have any questions about any of the tripods that I went over or anything concerning the tripods or the accessories or whatever, leave those in the comments below and I'll definitely answer them. If you like this video, definitely make sure you subscribe to the channel. I've got new videos every Tuesday and Friday. Don't forget that 10K giveaway going on until August 10th of this year. And that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.